What is up, gang? Hey, J-Babes, how you doing? Welcome back to everybody except those of you who voted for Trump. Now, let me just preface this video by I really hate when y'all make me get online and defend white women, because nothing pisses me off more than sitting here and having to defend a Caucasian lady. But misogyny is misogyny, so I'm going to talk about it even though the white women wouldn't do that for us. But that is why black women are better. So here I am minding my black business, scrolling through the social media hellhole that is TikTok and Instagram, when I keep seeing headlines popping up about the same thing. Sabrina Carpenter, sexual music, performs sexual act on stage. Now here I am thinking, well, goddamn, did the girl have a threesome on stage? Like, why is this headline news? Did she fucking have somebody run train on her? Like, what is going on? And so I did some digging. I didn't have to dig very far, and found that this is nothing more than y'all being angry that women enjoy sex. Because that's really all this boils down to. Sabrina Carpenter is a little Caucasian lady. You've probably heard her song Espresso on the radio. She's really been having her heyday over this summer. She really blew up within this last year. I know she's now nominated for some Grammys. You know, she's having her time. She's having her moment. I don't really follow the Gen Z pop star girlies. I'm familiar with who she is. I listened to her album. I thought her album was cute. There's a few songs that I like. I think she's fine. She's cute. She's whatever, you know, but I'm not going up for her. I'm not standing for her. I'm not buying no tickets to no show. Like, good for you, girl. Have fun. But from doing a quick Google search, she started on Disney Channel from the spinoff show from what I grew up with, Boy Meets World. She was on the spinoff show Girl Meets World. That is how she got her start. And like any Disney star, you know, they usually start doing music at some point. And so she started doing music. Her music really finally kicked off in the last year or so, and this past summer for her has kind of been her huge blow up. Now she's doing stadium tours. I work in venues or work in live music, so I actually saw her when she was still doing theaters, because she performed at my venue I think last year. And so it's actually really cool when you get to see an artist that's like starting at a small theater sized venue and then a year later are now selling out stadiums around the world. Good for her. Far as I know, she hasn't been problematic. She hasn't said anything crazy, but again, I don't be following the Caucasian girlies, so you know, that could change. But back to the thing that's got your panties in a bunch. So here I am seeing all these headlines about Miss Chai Tea, trying to figure out why y'all are so mad. And I do some digging, do some Googling, and looking at the comments on these things, I'm seeing people saying things like, oh, well, this music isn't appropriate for kids and she should be ashamed of herself because she has children in the audience. She needs to tone down the sexuality, blah, 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 blah. Now, here I am looking at somebody that I thought was a grown woman. Silly me. So I put my ass over to Google to double check just in case I was going crazy. And that lady is 25 years old. Did you know that? Yeah. Miss Cafe Olay is a grown woman. That grown Caucasian lady can do whatever she wants with her body because she's grown. And this is where y'all be having me fucked up. If you don't like the content of somebody's music, you know what you can do? You can simply not listen. And this idea, because y'all do this all the time with female artists and you never do the same thing with men. You always want to police women and their content that they put out because you believe that women are not allowed to be sexual or be openly sexual, right? And so here I am looking at her age online that says 25 and still being confused on why y'all are mad. And so I'm going back to these comments, scrolling through and looking at these people still being mad at her. And I'm like, this lady is 25 years old. And all the comments seem to be revolving around children. Now, once again, I'm confused because Americano is not a child. She's 25. She's grown. And if you're not allowed to be sexual in your 20s, then what the hell are your 20s for? Okay? 20 is the prime time to flaunt your sexuality, girly pop. And I guess the clip in particular that got this discussion moving online was a clip from her recent Los Angeles show where she's dancing around, just having a good time. The crowd's screaming, they're having a great time. Yada, yada, hoo, hoo, espresso, whatever. And then she does this little dance move where she gets down on her knee and she simulates a certain act with her microphone. Now me, as a 33-year-old grown-ass woman, was like, okay, girl, get it. The crowd seemed to have a great time because they lost their fucking minds too. So once again, I'm confused where the problem is. If you believe that your kids should not be exposed to those kind of dance moves or her lyrics, you know what you can do? You can simply monitor what your kids consume. Crazy, I know. What a concept, right? You might actually have to be a parent to the kids that you brought into this world. Your crotch demons are not anybody else's problem. That lady, Miss Cafe Olay, does not need to censor herself or edit her music or her career because you are a shitty parent. You see how that works? Because it's not her fault that you didn't pull out. And this is the part that pisses me off because y'all do this all the time with women musicians or artists in general, but you never have the same energy for men, right? And the arguments that I've seen is like, well, she started on Disney Channel, so her fan base are mostly children. I don't know about you, but just because you started on Disney Channel doesn't mean that you stay the same age for the rest of your life. So if her fan base started with her as children and she is now 25, then logic would assume that the children that started watching her are also now grown up, right? And yeah, sure, you still may have some kids that are maybe just now discovering her, but again, that's not her fucking problem. It is your job to monitor what your kids are consuming. If you don't want your kids listening to Espresso or Bedcam, baby, you go turn off the fucking radio. You control your household. Miss Sabrina Carpenter does not have anything to do with your child and your bad parenting. Because if that lady wants to get naked and perform upside down on the stripper pole, she can do that. You know why? Because she's grown and she can do whatever the fuck she wants with her own body. Okay? If you don't want your kids listening to Sabrina Carpenter, stop buying her music. Stop buying your kids $100 tickets to these shows. What a concept. You might actually have to take care of the crotch demons that you created and brought into this world. It is not everybody else's responsibility to take care of your kid. It's your job and yours alone. It also reminded me of when y'all did this with Cardi, which is weird to me because Cardi's audience has never been children. Like, Cardi started as a stripper. Like, she's been a stripper. She's been open about being a stripper. She was on reality TV. Like, but for some reason, y'all think that because somebody's a mother or because there's kids around or because kids exist in general, that women are not allowed to be sexual. And it's interesting because Cardi B doesn't even let her own children listen to her songs. But for some reason, y'all be wanting Cardi B and every other woman on the planet to not experience sex or be sexual or exude sex or talk about sex ever. And that's just not gonna happen, babes, because people can do whatever the fuck they want to do with their own bodies. I mean, y'all don't have the same energy for men, right? Because I remember when y'all were out here letting fucking 10-year-olds sing Chris Brown's Take You Down, which is quite literally about sex. And it's not even subtle, right? But y'all don't have a problem with your fucking 9-year-old out here yelling watermelon sugar at the top of their lungs. Baby, what do you think watermelon sugar is about? Did you think it was about watermelon? Did you? Did you really? Y'all never have this same energy for male artists. And that is why I'm talking about this today. It has nothing to do with that Caucasian lady or really anybody else. It's the fact that y'all always do this with female artists and female artists only, and you never hold men to the same standards. Y'all would be okay if a man literally went on stage and had sex with 17 women right in front of your 2-year-olds. You wouldn't care at all. Y'all would be 1000% okay if a man went on stage and blew out 79 backs right in front of your underage children. You wouldn't care. Matter of fact, you would probably encourage it. But let a woman so much as think about sex and she's got to burn. Like, girl, move around, okay? It's almost 2025. Nobody has fucking time for this. I know that y'all voted a literal rapist into the office, but the rest of us are not standing with that. You and your delusion can live in Delulu land by yourself, but the rest of us don't need to put up with your bullshit, okay? Leave that Frappuccino girl alone. Leave every other woman alone. Y'all have done enough damage already by putting these crazy ass fucking racist sexist people in office, and we're gonna turn into the Handmaid's Tale in the next few months. So maybe mind your own business, okay? Y'all have done enough damage, all right? Let that lady enjoy her damn life. When she actually does something problematic, then we can come back and have an actual discussion about it. But for now, she is not doing anything but enjoying her 20s. You take care of your own children. You had children. You didn't wrap it up. You didn't pull out, babes. That's your problem. You raised the children that you brought into this earth against their will, okay? And if you have a problem with your kids listening to Sabrina Carpenter, don't let them listen to it. What a concept. That's all. See you later. Goodbye.